Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes. And who am I with? As always, Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode 201. Mohammed bin Salman, get over here. I don't care where your dirty hands have been. Actually, get the fuck out, motherfucker. He pisses me off. You know, like, before he ever, like, did anything, like, crazy, whenever they were, like, calling him, like the reformist, like, you know, before they found out he was, like, cutting up fucking journalists, like, in embassies, like he's, like, fucking Dexter or something.
Yeah.
What pissed me off from the jump is he's, like, our age.
Yeah, he's a huge piece of shit. I mean, we'll get into it, but yeah.
The worst. Dude, I was looking at him just, like, smug as
his little smirk.
Yeah, dude, it's like, bro, look at what you're wearing. And I don't mean to shit on, like, traditional garb from Saudi Arabia.
Dude.
But
Shots fired.
you know, well,
Racist.
I thought no, I mean, I just think it's silly, dude. Like, cause like he had to take a picture outside of the White House with Trump, and he had to like get his drawers, his drapes, like all like in like a organized like bundle, like it was just like, dude, you're a grown ass man, dog. Like that, like he's like wearing like fucking Jinkos or something. Like that's what it is. It's like,
yeah, he sucks. I mean,
and bro, you're out in the desert wearing that? Get the fuck out.
I bet it breathes.
I mean, maybe, but
it definitely does.
He had like 8 layers on, dude. It's like him and Trump. Like Trump wears the extra big ass suits so that you don't realize that he's like morbidly obese. It's like, dude, didn't you just like open up like a fucking like direct to consumer GLP-1 Ozempic like market? Why don't you fucking take some of that, dude? And maybe it will like also have like the side effects of like, you know, like.
No, he just likes
calming down your fucking impulses.
He just likes to take like Sudafed and like he's old school.
What is he doing? Putting on cheeseburgers? Like obviously.
Sprinkle a little fen-phen on there.
Yeah, like he was hardcore into diet pills. Like at least as far as that movie that I saw, The Apprentice. Like you know which is like fucking real. All sorts of shit, dude. You know, like where his lawyer, what's his name, Cohn.
Mm-hmm.
Roy Cohn, yeah.
Michael Cohen.
No, Roy.
Oh, okay.
Michael Cohen was actually his lawyer.
Yeah, he's his fixer.
Yeah. But this is a different guy. He was the one who told him like you don't ever like admit that you're wrong. Like whenever his dad was getting sued for. Like,
that guy.
He's the one who he told Trump. He goes what? He's like, they're suing you for discrimination. He goes, you know what you should do? Sue the city back. And like that was his first like frivolous lawsuit where it's like, oh, you're gonna sue me? I'm gonna sue you, and then out came that every fucking accusation that he makes at anybody else is a confession always. It's like that's all you have to do. It's the easiest playbook. It's like if you ever want to know what Trump's up to, just whatever he's accusing somebody else of doing, that's
probably what he's doing. Yeah.
It's like I'm telling you, like he's like autistic with like how he like follows this script of like. Never say you're sorry, blah, blah, blah.
Well, and he might have been better about it, but now that he's gotten older, he's not as good at the bullshit. So it doesn't hit as hard because he's like fucking up.
Well, also that he also like sold his soul like to get elected by like saying like the Epstein shit.
Well,
so
we'll get into that.
No, my point is like that. It's like he fucked himself like to. Just to stay out of jail, but now the chickens are coming home to roost.
Yeah. How's everything else?
Good.
How's the fam holding up?
Fam's doing good.
What's Braids up to, man? I miss friend of the pod. Shout out Braids.
For the audience, that's my younger brother, about 2 years. Actually, right now is the time of the year. It's 1 year. So I'm 38. He's 37.
Oh, Braids
for another month. Yeah. But I just saw him. So you know what he did? This dude fucking helps like businesses like get loans.
Yeah.
Or not just loans. He gets like helps like company like seed funding and stuff like that. It's kind of like a middleman, but like knows like the different like avenues and channels like you needed like paperwork and type shit like in order, and then like also like ways to like get your credit up or qualify for like higher like amounts with like a lower percentage. So anyways, because he used to do that with this guy's company, he was like, shit, I could just do this by myself. Okay, it's like, all right, I don't know how he got involved in that, you know? Just like just random like start my own company like deal, middlemaning like money for like companies. But and then like he hits me with this like a couple months ago, and that's why I just saw him because he was up here. He lives in San Diego now, but he does this thing in Santa Barbara. So where I live is on the way to, Santa Barbara from San Diego. And so he stopped in. He goes, yeah. So what I'm doing, I bought three Navy SEAL gyms, uh, where they're, and he's like, oh, they're cheap, dude. I dropped $8,000 on each one. It's a franchise, and they did like it's like an open air gym or something, and then they do like Navy SEAL training, but it's also like underwater like like training, like a Navy SEAL, and then like is instructing it as well. And he had like a whiteboard with all like the shit on it, and like on the top was like a quote. It's basically like the motto. Is what I figured, and it was like, uh, "You, what is it? It's like you go underwater together, you rise together, or something like that." It was like, yeah.
You go under together, you rise together,
Or it
whatever.
was like you train yeah, you train together, you rise together, and you get cold, and then in parentheses, and you get cold together.
It said that.
Yeah. But when he told me about this, like it was like the weekend that I was watching my dad, who's recovering from a stroke, because my cousin's daughter was getting married,
Yeah, yeah.
and my mom wanted to go, and so did my sister. So they needed my dad just it's like hard for him to travel. So they wanted somebody to stay back here, so I did. But then all of a sudden, my brother's just up here the whole weekend, like annoying me. It's like I didn't even have to like do it. It's like I didn't know you were gonna be
Join
here.
my Navy SEAL gym.
Right?
He
Yeah.
bought
And
three Navy SEAL gyms.
yeah, not one. Yeah, like fuck you. Oh,
Where are they?
like it would have been. It's anybody else. It's ridiculous enough
Where?
to be. Oh
Where?
yeah, I just started a Navy SEAL gym. No, no, three,
Where at?
cheap as fuck, 8 G's. Santa Barbara. And then I think like Montecito, which is or like it's like Santa Barbara adjacent. There's like a bunch of like little cities like Montecito, Capistrano, uh, is that what I'm thinking of? No, Carpinteria, and then there's like another bougie part of Santa Barbara, but I think it's all in that area. I don't know, dude. I've never seen like this shit open air, so it's like I don't even get it.
It's like
They're like
outside
buying
by
a
the
lot and then just
buying a
like
lot
a
by the
prison yard.
ocean.
Yeah.
This is our beach. It's like roped off. This is Navy SEAL property.
But so
Back up.
that weekend he tells me this shit. I just start like fucking laughing, and then uh, he's like, "Well, you guys have a pool like at your complex, right?" And where I live, compared like to my parents' house, is just right down the street, and I have like a townhouse like in this neighborhood, and it's got a pool and and shit. I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, could I like borrow the key so I could do some training for this shit?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, dude. Here, I'll go get the key." So I gave him the key, and then my roommate is the Iron Ape, and he was at work or something. Like I think this was like a Friday, and yeah, I just like I hit him up. I go, hey, just give you a heads up. Brady's got our pool key. He's doing underwater Navy SEAL training in our community pool. And then he just immediately goes, "That's the most Brady shit I've ever heard my entire fucking life." And I go, "I know. You want to hear some more Brady shit? He bought three Navy SEAL gyms, 8 G's each."
That's not a bad investment.
I mean, I agree.
How do you? I just don't know how you get into Navy SEAL gyms. That's where
but
it's
I
a
just
neat.
I think maybe like I'd start with one, unless you're getting like a discount on it, which
Well, yeah, but
like
I'm just saying, like, how do you? Who's who did you
all
bump
these
into? Is like,
yeah
hey,
all
I
these
have a
guys
great
are
opportunity.
all these guys are like ex Navy SEALs that he's like working with, but then like so like he gets like certified, and it's not like actually like certified by like it's not like the government. It's these Navy SEALs who came up with their own program, but they take it seriously. That's what he told me basically. And then once like they like trust you, then like they'll like let you like license out like the brand name.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, it sounded like pretty like haphazard and like shit, like a little bit shady. Everything with him is like just a
It
little
sounds
bit
like
shady.
something some like ex Navy SEAL guys looking for some venture capital bullshit. It's like
Right, that's what I
start my
was.
own gyms, bro.
Well, no, I think that's what was happening was they were looking for funding, and then Brady was like he like learns like about like the business model in order to like justify it to these banks or or the government, the small business uh loan is like the small business association. It's like actually like a
Yeah,
yeah a department in the government that like helps like give like low interest loans out to small businesses.
yeah.
Right. So he heard about it and was like, wait, what? He's like, and you guys are like, how much do you make? Like, because you get your money back probably pretty quick if it's only 8 Gs, like over, like up front.
Yeah.
And then there's like no real overhead if it's, if it's open air and you just basically buy the equipment and go.
Hmm.
But so it sounded a little bit shady at the time.
Brady
But
Seal.
yeah, here we are a couple months later. And this is like at least the second, if not third time that he's come up from San Diego to go to Santa Barbara to do the underwater training. And this one, it seemed like he was like actually like instructing people, whereas before I think he was still training himself. I'm not really sure.
Hmm.
So he's dedicated.
Shout out Braves.
Start paying your boys.
G.I. Brady.
So you can quit this.
Well, but I mean, he was always in the background shirtless, so it's like this is the next level up. Now he's shirtless, instructing people in water.
He's
This is the next logical.
even when he's
phase.
over here at my parents' house, fucking shirtless immediately. He walked in. He walked in. He went, I guess, surfing in the morning. Walks in. He's got like this it's like basically made out of towel material, but it's like poncho towel that he wears and drives home from the county line. It's like only like 30 minutes, but like in his poncho. And I'm like, dude, he looks so fucking corny. Like to me, it looks like dad shoes or some shit like that. It's like, bro, you look like a geezer, like boomer, who's like, a wook. You know, is that what you call him?
Yeah, Wook. I haven't said
Dude,
that.
Johnny
in a while.
Appleseed ass motherfucker.
The original, the OG Wook. It's true. Johnny
Yeah.
Appleseed's one of the originals.
Yeah.
You got a lighter, man?
Yeah, you know what? It looks like something that fucking Swayze would wear, except for like not like you're like trying to be like Swayze. You ain't Swayze.
Okay. Well, shout out Braids. Good for him. Navy SEAL.
I mean, his
venture
middle name is
capitalist.
Patrick,
There you go. He's halfway there.
and then SCH. All right, y'all. How are you, bro? I heard. Do you want to talk about what happened?
No, I mean, I'm still going through it, so nah.
Well,
but I mean,
you're not going to mention it at all. You're
No,
not going to
'cause I
clap
don't-
back.
because I don't want.
This is your
no,
only platform.
no, I have the others, but yeah, for now. I mean, just people being stupid. But no, I mean, there's
Like
no
a
point
public
because I don't
service
want
announcement. Because
I
I
don't
didn't even
want-
know
no.
this could happen.
because I don't want to.
Antagonist. You don't want to like
Yeah,
get
can-
copycat.
I just don't want it to continue. And nothing's happened for a couple of days, so that's good. But people
You think it was the Lithuanians?
No, I think I know. I think I have a pretty good idea of who it would be.
Shout out Lithuania,
And
moving
it's-
up in the ranks.
It's dumb, but I mean, I'm good. Like honestly, it hasn't been all terrible. It's been kind of nice, to be honest. Like a little bit of a break, but I mean, I've just been chugging along with work and
We'll just leave it at this. Joseph's in conversations with the people over at what is it? Hackers Way, #1 Hackers Way up in the Bay. Just some business conversations.
you're stupid. But no, I've just been working like crazy, staying busy. It's been pretty nice. But I mean, dude, it's been hot. It was like 90 degrees the other day. Like hottest day ever in Texas. It's 90 degrees.
That's the hottest day ever in Texas. I don't think so.
On that day
Oh,
ever.
on
Like
that
I
day.
was like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
on that day, hottest day in November ever. You're like, what
See,
the fuck?
meanwhile, we've had rain and fucking thunderstorms out here this whole week.
See, but that's you guys need that. You guys need all the water you can
No,
get
that's
when
what you. That's old news, bro. That's old
No, wait a
news,
minute.
man.
No, man. You gotta save
Yeah,
it up.
no.
You gotta stockpile.
Well, we did, and then Trump opened the motherfucking levees and drained 3 billion gallons of water. He's like,
I remember
like,
that.
Yeah, that was not that long. It was like literally a year ago, or not a year ago. Like, yeah, it was like in January or something. It was like his first official act in office was like, he's like, oh, fucking Newsom didn't have the water and for the Palisades, open up the reservoir, and then it's just gone now.
They're like, you need better water
That
pressure.
took us like 25 years to get that.
But did you already get it back?
No.
How much have you gotten back?
I'm like I'm surprised. Like I need to go back and look at this because like when I heard what happened, I thought this was gonna be like a fucking huge deal. Like in California, we can't lose any water out here, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the other problem is the wildfires cause burn scars, and then there's not like vegetation holding up the soil and the mud, and so then you get the fucking mudslides and landslides like on all the areas that were just recently like had fire whenever it rains. So that shit sucks.
I saw videos of mudslides like last week.
Worst fucking way to die, dude. Your whole house gets covered in mud, and that's how you go.
Yeah, that'd be terrifying.
Much rather die from like drowning in water than in mud.
Yeah, because it would just get swept away in a landslide, mudslide. That'd be terrifying.
Yeah,
avalanche would suck too.
because mudslide, it's like you're claustrophobic and suffocating. At least you're flowing with the water.
And yeah, and like, well, and you're mudslide. You're flowing with the mud too. That's the thing. The mud's moving. It's so heavy. It's got so much weight that it's moving like liquid. Nah, bro.
Dude. But what if it's like rich with like oxygen, so you're just keeping you barely alive, just longer? Like
What? That's
fucking
stupid.
nightmarish.
It's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Avalanche would suck too. Yeah,
I feel like an avalanche is gonna knock you the fuck out, and then it's over. Like you're not gonna deal with the consequences.
And then you're gonna
Like,
wake
getting
up
buried in snow would suck.
Well,
But
what
an
they tell you to
avalanche?
do is you got to make a bubble, basically. So whenever you get stuck,
What do you mean
and
make a bubble?
hold on, when you're stuck
Well,
in
that's
snow, stuck in snow in an avalanche, you're supposed to make a space because you don't know which way's up, which way's down. So you make a space kind of around your head and you spit. You like slowly spit, and whichever
Gravity.
and whichever way it's going down, that you have to go because that's down. So it'll tell you which way the ground is by spitting.
You spit and it just immediately freezes, and then it's like a dagger of spit.
Yeah. You're like blind. Come to find out, you're in like 3.5 feet of snow. Like all you had to really do was like try to stand up. You're like Like we could never take you to the ski lift. We're never taking you.
I could see that kind of happening, you know, like because getting like disoriented like that. Like I've gotten disoriented in the
you would
ocean.
be. You would come to, and you wouldn't know. And if you're suspended and compacted
Just
in the snow,
surrounded by white.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. So you have to like make a space, and then
you're like in a hyperbaric chamber or like one of those like whatever the fuck, like Aaron Rodgers would do.
Cryogenic chamber.
Not the cryogenic, but like the one where it's like
sleep,
like
Austin Powers.
No, it's like your it like fucks with your senses. You know, it's like where it's like pitch black and you're like
deprivation tank.
Deprivation. Yeah.
Those are fucking awesome.
That's a real life. That's a white privilege deprivation tank right there, dude. And you're just surrounded by white instead of dogs.
Those are crazy. I mean, I think we've talked about them before.
I don't think I could do it. I need like a hella Xanax.
Well, but the whole point is you don't have to be on anything to like trip the fuck out.
I don't want to trip out.
So people used to like take acid and get in those things, or take mushrooms.
I mean, you know that I like to. It's
supposed to be like a DMT
edge of life.
trip.
Like, yeah, exactly. And when all the homies were doing DMT in high school, guess who didn't? Your boy. And I get a call talking about Rolls Royce almost jumping over the balcony on DMT. Like I was like, yeah, I told y'all not to fuck around. But also DMT gets released in your body as soon as you die.
Yep.
So I'll save it for that moment.
Save that first hit.
Yeah.
First hit on the way out.
Dude, I mean, I don't know. I've almost died multiple times. I'm sure I've forgotten like a little bit of like, a little micro DMT release.
A micro dose of my DMT.
Like a little pre-cum of DMT like released in my body.
There's some people who have to like a Travis Pastrana and stuff. They're just like,
oh, for sure. You're completely convincing your subconscious that you're dead or about to die. And it's just going through it's just immediately. It's like, okay, here we go. Just release the DMT.
Just do it now before he hits the ground.
Let's get the soul out of here. Lose the 27 grams or whatever it is. rigor mortis on deck.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know why I just thought about this, but have you heard like well, you know, like if you're a organ donor, it's like on your driver's license that like they're less like motivated to save you because they realize they could like save a bunch of people's lives with all your organs.
Well, it's like a urban legend, but that's yeah.
Well, like I've always wondered that. Like I heard
That's what
that,
they say.
and I'm like, okay, bro. But then when I think about it, I'm like, it is kind of logical. It's like that whole thing. Like, would you like kill one person to save seven people?
As someone who
I mean, that is that
dealt
that
with
real
that,
life version of that.
for someone who dealt with that this year, I would say that that's like not true. I mean, I wasn't my wife. It's my best friend's wife and one of my friends. She had a stroke and passed away. That was in March. I talked about it a little bit, but I didn't really get too deep into it. But
You kind of did,
I kind of did. But you know, it was
which is
great.
fine. I'm just saying.
This is great. I mean, you know, for people who didn't know or don't know what I'm talking about, it just happened back in March, and she was an organ donor, and they donated a bunch of her to other people and saved a bunch of lives. But they did everything they could to save her life and make her as comfortable as possible, and make sure everybody, whenever it was past the point of being able to save her, made sure everybody had more than enough time with her. I mean, I mean,
Right. I'm not saying that it's like a uniform thing, but I do, and I'm like, and who the fuck is making that call? The
well, and
EMT?
and at the end of the day, I mean, him, he, her husband had the final say.
Well, obviously.
So she was an organ donor, and it was still up to him if he wanted to do it or not.
Right. And that's how it was for my mom when my dad had the stroke. You know, they're like 96% chance he dies if he has the surgery, but we could do it. She was like, yeah, fucking do it. And here we are, 8 years later.
Huh.
Yeah, dude. Like, there should be like a designation on my organ donor specification. Be like, yeah, like these are like subprime probably. Like, like or like
Heavy use.
heavy used. There you go, heavy used. Like so.
It's like
So it's
they
like,
were used tires. It'd be like weathered.
yeah, I might get you a couple more months while you still wait on the motherfucking kidney wait list. You know.
Yeah, I'll
But,
buy you a little bit of time.
But
It's
long term,
I'll give you. I'm gonna give you a window,
yeah.
but it's a window. It's like a bathroom window. It's
It's
like
you know, it's a
small.
spare tire. Spare tire.
Yeah,
It's like you don't drive on this like
Uh,
for like this is to get
50 miles. You got maybe
Right.
50 miles on this
Right.
tire. Then this bitch is gonna pop.
pop.
And then where are you? You don't even have a spare tire anymore.
Or a pancreas.
Yeah, you only use this one once. That's messed up.
No, I mean actually, I feel like I've gotten my organs tested a bunch like throughout this journey of the past couple years, and they did like a test on my liver when I was like right when I stopped drinking, and then they did it again like a year and a half later. Insane. Like like the line is just like it was like from the top like consistently and straight to like the level of like enzymes or something, and you know,
Yeah.
yeah, it was like way mine were like out of control, like not out of control, like not like cirrhosis or like liver disease, but like just like would have probably got there if I kept going for a few more years. But not, but like they say the liver's like super resilient. Yeah, a year and a half later, perfect. I talk shit when I go to these doctors' offices about my blood pressure. I'm like, strap it on, 120/80, let's go.
Therapy questions.
Therapy question number one.
We're just at that age where you're like 120/80. Like we're getting at that
Six
age.
seven, 6'7". I I know.
Read the damn therapy question.
Sorry. So I was talking to this girl who has 2 kids, and one of them's 13. We actually brought her up on the podcast before because she had a classmate who identifies as a fox.
Okay.
That's right, Fox News. Out here in California, there is a eighth grader who's identified as a fox for multiple years, still going with the bit. Haven't heard shit from you, Fox News.
Really? Still going with it.
Yeah, Fox News can't even get the scoop on Fox identity.
That's pretty impressive.
Haters need to get on their job, dude. I know. I like because I hadn't brought that was like over a year ago. Whenever she had told me that, I just recently asked her. I was like, hey, is this still happening? I mean, truly, kind of like the Andy Kaufman of our time, really.
Wait, where's the tail?
Not really sure what like
What's allowed?
what the drip is, but what is
There's got to
allowed.
be fox identifying drip.
Well, I'm sure there is,
There has to be.
but all I do know is they say they're a fox, and what does the fox say?
Do they make that sound?
I mean, again, I've never met this
Well,
13-year-old fox, but 6 + 7 = 13. I told her that because she was telling me her kids keep saying 6 7, and she'd be like, "Well, my kids would tell you that's stupid because 6 7 doesn't mean anything." So and I go, "Please, I'm a trendsetter tastemaker. I'm adding iterations on top of the nonsense. 6 + 7. Guess what? 666, mark of the beast. Round it up, 6 7. I could do this all day.
okay.
Therapy question number 1. If your life had a closing credits song, what genre would it be and who's featured on it?
I mean, I'd want to do some corny ass like 80s shit. Like, the end of like Breakfast Club. Don't you forget about me. I'd want to do something like that. Or it'd be,
The final countdown.
oh, okay, some Europe.
We used to I think it was me and Danny Chris and we were talking about how that'd be like epic, like when they're like lowering your casket into the ground.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, but I feel like I could do better.
Or it'd be cool to do like an MF Doom song or a Wu-Tang song. But yeah, it'd probably be some like classic cheesy 80s end of a movie.
Dude, we need to update your will right now, and I'll co-sign it. And I'm also a part-time notary, so don't even worry about it. Side hustle's real. No, not really. But I did walk into the notary uh, Association of America. It was like the head notary headquarters building. Cold called them, tried to sell them some copiers, got chased out by security. They had like stairs going like up, like on like 2 sets of stairs, like meeting in the middle to go up to like the next floor. Like huge. Like this place is way too fucking bougie. And I started going up the stairs. The security guard starts coming up after me. So now we're like, I'm going like, he's like running me, and I'm going over the stair hill.
So he's following you up, and you go up
Yeah,
and
then
then back
get down.
down.
Yeah. Dude. And like this is out in Chatsworth, like out here in LA, which is like the valley. And like where my office was in Oxnard. So this is like a fucking hour drive. In the middle of the summer, I got the job right after the semester, my last semester in college. Didn't graduate, had a semester left, got this job, started making money, never looked back. But I had a Jetta with black leather seats, air condition goes out. And this is old school copier sales game. We're wearing ties, button downs every day. So I'm driving an hour in on the freeway, 105-degree weather, and a tie and like a white button down. So it's just like covered in sweat before I go out knocking on doors, trying to sell copiers, getting chased by security. If you want to get good at sales, get in the copier game for 6 months, see what happens. Anyways, we get a notary on your will. You play Wu-Tang as they're lowering your casket. Cream, cash rules everything around me, and then I'll just like make I'll make it rain like
one.
I make it rain like 50 G's in cash, and we just bury it with you like a pharaoh.
I'd pick a different one. Pick it like maybe like 36 chambers. Or
Well, then we might have to get you an actual pyramid with 36
I got my
chambers.
Uzi back. There's a couple other ones that I'd maybe pick because it'd be all about the beat.
I was just thinking of like
Or
making it rain on your
or
casket.
gravel pit because you're putting me in technically
I
a gravel
guess.
pit. That would be good. That would be pretty kitschy.
Uh,
I mean, the woo heads would get it. Everyone else would be like, really? But at
Yeah, I
eight,
mean,
what about yours?
I like
What's
that song,
yours?
but-
What's yours?
like if your life had closing credits song, what genre would it be? who's featured on it. What genre would it would probably have to be uh like gangster ass hardcore rap or some fucking like R&B bullshit that
Well,
I've been
what era? I could see you got
like
like
I'm talking about like the Illuminati, like Tupac, fucking, like good rap
so you're
that
playing like mid to late
that talked
'90s,
about committing
mid
felonies.
mid to late '90s West Coast rap.
Right. That's the genre.
Yeah, that would be your genre.
Right.
Yeah.
I might not go get a 90s jam. I might update it.
Well, I mean, you could. That's what I'm saying. I just think '80s would be great.
Well,
Yeah.
then it just feels like you got Reagan
Like
vibes around
Bon
you.
Jovi, like living on
Ugh.
a prayer.
I mean, I was just telling somebody about how I DJ in high school, and I remember DJing like the pancake breakfast for like the theater arts department or something at Outback Steakhouse, and I was playing some Bon Jovi. What was it like? On the steel horse I ride, I'm on it, dead or alive. Now I just had a flashback. I was went out
I'm
and
a
hung out
cowboy on a
yeah, on the
steel
steel
horse
horse.
I ride. I'm a wanted,
Wanted.
wanted. Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah. Uh, I was hanging out with this girl like a couple of years ago, and this is like after I stopped drinking, but she was drinking. It was like Sunday fun day. We're out all day, and then I gave her. I was the DD. Gave her a ride to her house, and the whole time we were like driving to her house, she was like, "Just put on Bon Jovi. Just put on Bon Jovi." She was from fucking Ecuador, bro. In love with the Bon Jovi, blackout Bon Jovi lover.
That's awesome.
Is it?
That's
I
a
don't know.
party. Yeah, you're a blackout Bon Jovi lover. You could be way worse things
I think
blacked out.
I have this weird feeling that my dad like talked shit about Bon Jovi when I was young,
Yeah,
and
because you're.
because find this like weird like
No,
they're
he's
like
a
the Cowboys
wiener.
to me.
He's a
And he's from
wiener.
Jersey. He's from Jersey, bro.
He's a wiener.
Yeah, dude. He has like dude like feathered hair, and not in like a cool way.
Yeah.
He's not, yeah, like you're not Twisted Sister. You're not fucking Def Leppard,
Poison.
bitch.
White Snake.
Huh?
It's true. The other day I watched Rock of Love because the whole second season of the Rock of Love with Bret Michaels is on Amazon and it's uncensored.
Dude.
So it's wild. It's like
I
there's
mean, like you see his bald head.
no, you don't see his
Uh,
bald head, but you see
uh,
bald everything else. It's
tight,
completely
tight.
uncensored because it's just like they show up and it's pretty cringe because he's like, all right, let me take pictures of you. And he's like taking pictures and then
It's
they
pretty
just start,
cringe.
yeah,
Pretty cringe is probably the biggest understatement in
because
the
he's
world.
like, yeah, and he's like taking the
Yeah,
pictures, and
dude.
they're terrible pictures, and then people just start getting naked, and I was like, oh shit, is this like? I was like, oh damn, I remember that crazy bitch. She's crazy, like that lady's really really nuts, and then. She took off her shirt and it was unedited. I was like, oh my God. I was like, Bezos, you crazy son of a bitch. This is a crazy show to have unedited.
That's kind of fucked up too, because I bet when those girls, were in real time, we're like, yeah, they have to blur it out.
Oh, they just show up and they pump them full of alcohol. It's crazy.
No, I know, but they probably like back then, like their shit got blurred out. They didn't know like 15 years later, Bezos is gonna be on a yacht, be like, you know what, unblur it.
What does he say?
Yeah, they're
Last
probably
season in
like
season
grandmas
one,
now.
there was Rock of Like, Rock of Lust, but there wasn't any Rock of Love. And that's
Shit.
why we're back for
Bars,
season 2.
bars, dude.
Yeah, insane. It was insane to see that it's unedited. That's wild. Just the first episode, I was like, holy shit.
No commercials.
Yeah, no commercials.
No, 'cause
And
sometimes that shit can be unwatchable if you have to.
but
sit through the
it's
commercials.
free if you have Amazon Prime. You
No,
can
I
watch.
know, but if you have to sit there for 3 minutes for commercials
No,
so
I
that they can
know.
replay like the last 30 seconds of what you just watched, like some of those shows.
Commercials or not, the whole second season of Bret Michaels' Rock of Love is unedited on Amazon, and that's insane. That is insane. That is like peak. That is the peak of when reality TV was really taking off. Reality TV already existed, but this is when it really went mainstream. And this is on VH1. So this was on VH1.
Where else would it be?
Exact. Well, no, but this is when VH1. Okay, I've said this for the longest time. VH1, BET, and MTV. They've all flip flopped. They all used to do different shit.
All owned by the same company, Viacom.
I know,
and then bought out by Paramount.
But what I'm saying is their agendas have swapped. Back in the day, if you wanted to watch ratchet reality TV and see crazy shit and stuff that was inappropriate, you watched MTV. Your parents watched VH1 because it was like Behind the Music with Al Michaels. No, I'm serious. Everything was like, it was pop-up video. It was goofy shit. It was never taken that serious.
Yeah, I
they
didn't think my parents never watched.
No, but I'm saying your parents would watch VH1 over. It'd be
MTV.
Hall & Oates Behind the Music. Your parents are watching that documentary, and you're like, "Oh, you watch VH1?" They're like, "Yeah, this is great. You don't know who this band is?" Like it was much more like family oriented style, and then BET was just ratchet. BET was just like 106 in Park, but even 106 in Park was new to it. It used to be Rap City the Basement with Big Tigger, and it was just like street signs and all that goofy stuff, which was really funny. And then it kind of flip-flopped, where now you watch VH1, and VH1's all reality TV. It's Basketball Wives.
Love and Hip Hop.
Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, New York, everything. It's like VH1 just became like the blackest channel
Mob
in the
Wives.
world. Yeah, I mean, they sold out and leaned super heavy into that and straight away. Now MTV, it's either Ridiculousness with Rob Dyrdek, which is canceled, or it's like random documentaries, random TV shows, random
The Challenge.
Things that would have been on VH1 back in the day. Besides
I was gonna say Teen Mom, but actually no. The first time anybody's ever pulled out in the history of that franchise, they got canceled. That was a teen pregnancy joke.
No, I know.
Oh, thank you.
But I mean,
I've seen all the Teen Moms. By the way.
But that's back whenever MTV was all about the ratchet trashy TV and the reality.
Dr. Drew would totally argue that is not ratchet. Dr. Drew takes personal responsibility for the drop in teenage pregnancies. He attributes it to Teen Mom.
I don't mean ratchet in that way. I mean ratchet and like ratchet reality TV, like raw,
like they're not like prestige TV.
Yeah, like we're sitting there having a full blown argument about you sexting some chick in front of our 2-year-old. Like that's Teen Mom and that's ratchet. And then someone's mom being like, he's a bum, he doesn't have a job. Like it's just like toxic reality TV. That was MTV. Because it was Real World and Road Rules, and then it expanded out from that, and then it became so many other things. But VH1 had their big hit was obviously Flavor of Love with Flava Flav. Then they had the Rock of Love with Bret Michaels. They had
like what about like Behind?
Oh, You Love Money, which I loved that one. That one was great, where everybody competed. They were in this house in Mexico, and they had to compete for like $5 million. And this greasy ass dude, and I think named Mike, who lived in his mom's basement, won it. Mike the Entertainer. He won it all. But that's whenever you had Chance.
Not Mike the Situation.
No, this is before this is Mike the Entertainer.
Oh.
And then that's whenever they came up with the Wild Stallions, those two black brothers. It was a chance. They had a show called A Chance at Love, and it was these two black
Wild Stallions.
They were just these two brothers. I don't know, but they had a show called A Chance at Love.
Were they in the horse theming game? I don't get the stallion.
I think they were something to do with horses, but it was two black guys.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was on VH1. It was called A Chance at Love, and it was ridiculous. It was both of the brothers. They were like the yin yang twins, basically. I mean,
Millie and Vanilli.
They were just throwing shit at the wall to see what would stick. And then VH1 made that big swap because they saw their ratings skyrocket because of the reality TV, and they kind of realigned with that. I don't know what BET does now. They just show like the game,
like Tyler Perry, like
they show like
knockoff shows,
black shows for white people. So
there's like at least a couple of the Wayne's kids in shows. Like I used to.
They do just syndicate. They do play syndicated Wayne's Brothers and syndicated the game. So they play a lot of like sick interracial sitcoms. It's become very family friendly. Very like that. So
it's
they've
like
all
Lifetime, but with black people.
Yeah. Lifetime.
And yeah, yeah,
It's like lifetime for locked
yeah,
up for a lifetime.
and Ice Spice, and Ice Spice.
So it's just wild that they've done this like coconut shell game where they've like traded places. Where BET is like
You got to get in where you fit in, man.
BET is now family friendly. VH1 is nothing but ratchet reality TV featuring almost exclusively minorities at this point, which is crazy because you couldn't find a minority to save your life besides like Behind the Music, Milli Vanilli on
Or
VH1.
Usher.
Yeah, but even Usher, it would be like an interview. They were never showing tons of Usher
Okay,
music videos.
yeah.
And VH1 was notorious for never playing the full music video. VH1 would stop the music video like a little bit through, or it'd be pop-up video, and you'd be stoked, and then they'd cut the music video short. But that's how I also got into 80s
They probably have
music.
like a behind the music Quincy Jones or something.
But that's also how I got into 80s music, because they played lots of crazy, weird 80s music videos on VH1.
Which were like all the first videos that
And then
came out.
what was really good, there was another channel, if you had satellite, it was called Much Music. It was a Canadian music MTV channel, and it was awesome.
Was that they would just play music videos?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm thinking of? Yeah, yeah.
And it was awesome.
That was awesome.
Did,
I can remember
videos.
this good ass time I was hanging out. I had that on. Ashley Mitchell and Mallory. I think we're like in, I don't know, 7th or 9th grade, and like we're just like on the landline, both watching the music videos. They're drinking a Zima, telling me about it. Or maybe it was like 7th grade, but good times, man. Like yeah, that. I mean, I get why MTV pivoted, because it's like it's more specialized. I don't know. You know what? Like speaking of like watching music on the TV, that being like a new concept back then. Like I have had Spotify since I literally the first paycheck I got from that copier job, which was like 11 years ago. First thing I did was buy a Spotify subscription, have it ever since. Just realized like Spotify's got like every book in the world like on audiobook for free.
Yep.
Yeah, and I spend so much time listening to podcasts, which I like, but like I just knocked out Meditations by Marcus Aurelius today.
The audiobooks are awesome.
4.5 hours. I played in a poker tournament. 147 people, got 13th. I got 6th, 7th, 13th. All of them over 100 people. Those are my 3 tournaments.
Number 2.
Therapy question number 2. Would you rather know which memory will be your last or which memory will be your favorite?
I guess which would be my favorite.
After I wrote this, like, it doesn't even make sense because as soon as you have that memory, your last memory, it's over, right?
Yeah, you would just have deja vu and then you die. You'd be like, I feel like I've had this. I feel like I know what's about to happen, and you would just die.
Right.
As where like knowing which one is your favorite would be good, in the sense that if you know that that's the happiest you are, you'll be while you're chasing that feeling. At least you'll know that you've experienced. Like you'll have that memory to look back on. You know.
No, I disagree because like all this crazy shit happened to me recently, and like I've like kind of like said to myself like I'm like think about it like this, dude, like. The best time of like you were ever gonna have in your entire life hasn't even happened yet. Like that's a possibility.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a possibility.
Right. So if you know which memory is going to be your favorite ahead of time, or let's say like
but it doesn't. But it could be
when you were 14. Know that you're never gonna be that happy ever again. That would suck.
Depends on what it is.
Like just the hope and opportunity for there to be even a better day than the best day you've already had.
No, true, but you don't know. But it could be who knows what that's centered around. It could be like one of like.
You telling me making out with my 8th grade girlfriend is my happiest memory? I'm gonna like fucking kill myself.
No, well, but if that's how you want to view what your happiest memory would be, but
I'm saying
it could be
that could happen to you.
I mean, I guess that could.
Like if your happiest memory is like on your like a couple days before you die, awesome. Because then you could have also really good memories leading up. Just they're not as good as that.
But you don't know if that's gonna be your favorite memory or not.
Well, that's what this whole question is. You would know.
Well, you know which one's your last, but you don't know.
Or no, you get to pick either your last
or your favorite. I would probably pick.
Which one would you rather? Yeah,
I would rather pick my favorite.
I'd say last.
To leave the last ambiguous, and I'd spend forever trying to decipher what
What if
it
it's just like
was.
this? What if it's just like this? Okay, your last memory is of you saying, "Oh fuck," and then it's just, and then it's fucking Tony Soprano black.
You're like, oh, so it's an accident or someone murders
Oh
me.
fuck. Or it's just like it's a weird like scene of you like jerking off. Just
Oh,
for
fuck.
like, God damn it.
God damn it, the belt around the neck again. We've seen this before.
Yeah, shout out Anthony Bourdain. Shout out what's his name? Kill Bill. He died from erotic asphyxiation. Anthony Bourdain actually just killed himself, but
Yeah.
in the same way you would die that way. I don't even get it, dude. I mean, I kind of do. I kind of do get it. Not like doing it yourself, but therapy question number.
You're
Therapy question.
blabbing on these therapy questions today.
Therapy question number 2 or 3. Sorry. Would you rather have one question answered by the universe or one emotion deleted permanently?
Answer a question about the universe.
That's what I think too, because like even though like a handful of emotions really suck, like they're there for a reason, you know.
Yeah, you'd just
Like
be
it's
like,
like it's like I don't want to be jealous, but it's like I do want to be jealous if I should be jealous.
yeah, you don't want
You
to
know?
take away from, I feel like if you talk to somebody and it's like, I lost the ability to fear something, or I lost the ability to be embarrassed, or something like that, at some point that would bother them.
Well, like Donald Trump has lost the ability to feel shame, and it can be a superpower.
I mean, I guess it can be if you want to take it that way and use
Well,
it
that's
that
why
way.
that's why there's a high, and this is actually a fact. It's not just like a conspiracy. There's a higher percentage of uh, sociopaths in positions of like authority and leadership and power, because like when they get to like a fork in the road, that's like that most people would be like, dude, this is fucked up. Like I'll just go do something else. They don't see that it's fucked up because they're sociopaths, and they'll just keep going. Or like they get rejected over and over and over, like Biden did. He like ran for president 4 times. Um, it just doesn't fucking phase him because like those same like self-conscious or like empathy and like emotions don't hit sociopaths. And like I was listening to this NPR thing where it's not always a bad thing because like sociopaths, they can go and like grieve with somebody, and it's not like traumatic to them because they don't give a fuck. They're sociopaths, so they can like actually sustain a job and like helping people get through like hard times, like deaths, like whatever, the divorces and stuff. So this person who was a sociopath was saying like like it sounds terrible, but it's actually like you can do, it's like being a sociopath, you're not inherently bad. It seems like it because it's just like you're just
Robotic and how you
not
feel.
well.
Yeah, I know you're
Yeah,
robotic. You don't have empathy for others. You don't feel for others like most people would. So therefore, you're like robotic in your emotions towards other people. Everything you do is very self-serving.
right.
If you like, what do I get out of it? Not like it's like, oh, you scratch my back. That's it.
Or it's like, yeah, I'll kill the fucking 7 people to save one person. It doesn't like bother me like it
Yeah,
would somebody else.
that's why I couldn't be. That's why I've always said I could never be a lawyer because I'd be a defense attorney because I care too much about others, and I'd be a mess if I lost a case. I'd be a fucking mess. I couldn't handle the stress, the guilt of failing somebody, and they go to like prison for 25 years.
Well, along those lines, I couldn't be a judge.
But then on the other,
Sentencing people to
see,
that.
I'd be much more down to be a judge than I would be, because if the other side of the aisle would be a prosecutor, and with how my personality can be, I'd be way too competitive, and all it is about sticking it to people. You don't care. You're
Yeah,
trying
I'm into that. That's like debate class.
no,
Debate
but
club.
see, that's you're gonna be like, yeah, that just seems
No,
worse.
I'm with you. Like we should start our own like a legal defense fund and start repping some fools. No, I just because like you get hit with like mandatory minimums. Like as a judge, you'd be like, this is fucked up. I'm gonna have to put you away for 45 years. Like I would just like not want to do that. Like I'd much rather be the defense lawyer trying to like prevent that from happening and maybe not getting it done than the one who's issuing it out.
Yeah, but if I got to sit there and have all the facts presented in front of me and it was a bench trial, so I was making the decision as the judge, I'd be more comfortable with that in my judgment than 12 people that everybody's fighting to put like the stupid person on, or we gotta get his, like, I would
That's
much
not what it is. That's not what it is.
I would much rather be more, to preside over it would be fine. And if it's a jury of the peers making the decision, you're kind of like absolved of it. You're just there to like ref the whole thing and everyone's deciding. But if it was a bench trial, yeah, if it was one of those, I'd much rather be the judge than be the prosecutor or the defense.
Yeah. I mean, like
Because I'm
prosecutors,
neutral. I'm
I mean,
neutral.
prosecutors put like really, do good work. It's just like,
No, they can for sure.
right. It's just our justice system in the United States is, hasn't been as just as
But there's like,
advertised,
but it's like
depending on who you are.
there is some sort of like Vietnam ear and finger necklace thing that comes with being a prosecutor. That's kind of gross.
Finger necklace?
Yeah, like, so they used to say, or people would
Oh,
come
like
back
how
from
many people
Vietnam.
you put away?
Yeah, and like how, yeah, like that's like my
Body,
thing.
like a body count.
Yeah, like a body count. So that's like what they used
Yeah.
to do in Vietnam. They'd have like a
Got
necklace of ears.
99% conviction rate.
Yeah, like,
I don't bring cases that don't get convictions.
like
Yeah, yeah.
that. Yeah, that's kind of schmucky.
I know, but it's kind of how it is, though. Because it's like
That's the
hype.
nature of the system. But
Exactly.
I am just,
and the type of people that it attracts. Like you have to be like you have to have that ego and like
yep.
drive to like even pass the bar and then move your way up like with all these fucking rich white shoe motherfucks. Yeah. And then there is all sorts of fucking corrupt shit obviously going on with the cops. I just watched this whole fucking documentary about what we had talked about in the past, the LA Sheriff's Department gangs.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Fucking wild.
Are they still going on?
Yeah, bro. Like our new they ousted like the top sheriff and brought in this new guy and he said like and then when he came in he goes they aren't gangs, they're just cliques. Like that's their softball team. Like that's and these motherfuckers have like tattoos and like mouse pads like repping the clique. Like it's like the Compton Killers and like there's two jails out here in LA County, not prison jail. One's called the Twin Towers, which I know like it's like infamous, but connected to it is called Man's Central Jail, and which is like dilapidated and shit.
It's old
And
jail, yeah.
yeah, but yeah, and so it's like just fucking awful and like just the so like on the third story or the 30th story, I think it's the third. They call them like the 3,000 boys, and then on the fourth story it's the 4,000 boys. Like there's like 7 fucking gangs in this one sheriff's department. What it is the biggest police department in the country. New York tries to claim that, but no, sorry, it's the biggest incarceration system in the country. I should say that, not the police system. $4 billion a year. LA County sheriffs get. That's how much fucking money we have out here, dude.
It's crazy.
I know. And that was after they defunded their ass. They didn't really defund them. They just like took a couple billion away and like put it like somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay. Therapy question number 4. Final therapy question. Would you rather break one habit instantly or gain one talent effortlessly?
Maybe the break a habit.
You got a habit you've been trying to break?
No, I mean, well, like I vape. I mean, there's some things I think that'd be cool. That would be more impactful in your life than picking up a talent effortlessly. Like it'd be more
If you're
beneficial.
gonna pick any talent, bro, I could just be like fucking Chopin on the motherfucking ivories, just killing the piano.
That could be. I'm not saying there's not certain things that would be awesome to be able to do. Yeah, that'd be tight. But for the normal person, being able to break a bad habit, especially doing it instantly, and being able to move forward and drop something that's negative for you and is negative for you would probably be just as satisfying.
Sure, but I guess I've done that with like my biggest thing, So it's like, so to me, it's like, well, let's go get the talent.
But if you could have gone about addressing that in an easier, instantaneous way?
Nah, no. Like
No,
I'm
just be done
no,
with it.
no, because like it was like the whole process that I put myself through with like the spiritual like journey, the group therapy, like the introspection. Like I like literally only focused on that for like 6 months. You know, it's like like needed all of that like process in order to like, because it's like basically like I was just like learning life skills that they should fucking teach you in school, like like coping mechanisms and staying in the present, like how to like you know like have emotions and what to do, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, positive and like uh because it's like whenever you're like drinking or like just like engaged in some sort of like impulsive behavior that's like negative towards you, it's like usually something else is going on that and it's like a symptom. So it's like I like grew as a person, and I just
Well,
and
no, yeah, that makes
because I grew
sense.
as a person, then it fixed the other shit.
No, I got you. I know, and I mean, I totally understand it. I
So I feel
just,
like I'm a better person like after
well, yeah,
after
I
that.
mean, you wouldn't want to redo it because you're comfortable with where you're at and where you're going and who you are and who you've become. So that makes sense. That's like when people ask me, "Oh, if you couldn't have been kicked out and you weren't kicked out whenever you were that age and didn't go through everything you went through, would you do that?" And I'm like, "No, I'm fine with it. Like I'm
Well, see
okay."
that I see what you're saying, but that's not what I'm saying because it was like I didn't get kicked out. I just went like
No,
on to on. I just went to enlightenment.
but for me, being kicked out, going through that whole process was an enlightening process for me. So
Right.
that's why I wouldn't make my path easier to get to where I'm at now, because I'm comfortable with who I am, where I'm at, and the journey it took for me to get here, because I had to take that journey to get here. So why would I roll the dice and see like what I become without that?
See, I guess the my reason why I I'm not sold on that for myself, I should say. Like I'm not like, uh, yeah, I'm glad that I went through all the hard shit because I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I'd be like, I don't know, dude. Like just a couple little adjustments. Picture me rolling.
Well, but anyone can say that. So that's
Well, that's
like
what I'm saying.
so
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
like
Like
that's like cherry picking your own
not
timeline.
anybody. Like well, no. I'm saying like I think that they're, you know,
But we're not
I
even
don't know.
talking about. We're talking about. But this is just a bad break one habit instantaneously.
I know, but I don't really have any like habits that are like interfering in my life anymore. Really, like to where it's like I'd rather just go for the talent.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, I get that.
Progress.
And now we're back for the topics.
Man, this dang thing. Bow, 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 bow.
So the first topic is going to be, of course, the House and the Senate voting for the bill to release the Epstein files. I saw that you put this in here. Of course, it's going to be the topic. It's the craziest fucking shit ever. Like
Yeah.
just like how it all unfolded. I went and I actually asked ChatGPT if it was able to scroll Spotify or like Apple Music on published podcast episodes. So I wanted to find out like when the first time we talked about Epstein was on the show. But I didn't have that much time, so I only went like through the titles. So episode 107 back in 2023, we had uh, we had an episode with Epstein in the title, and here we are, almost 100 episodes later. Are we gonna find out? Are we gonna finally see the files, or is it gonna be like, oh, we will, we're still under investigation, so we're gonna have to redact all this, blah blah blah.
Well, there was a lot of people saying that that's why he was doing here. I'll read it. So both the House and the Senate, which is kind of crazy, moved to send.
Unanimous,
Well, it was no in the House.
except for one in the House.
Well, one guy in the
W-
House didn't vote for it from
Yeah,
Louisiana.
right. And then in the Senate though,
Cringe.
fucking unanimous vote.
Well, they didn't even vote, so
Exactly.
they passed a resolution to disapprove it if it got approved.
Well, they call it unanimous consent, and so
Yeah,
they
so
just
they're just like, yep.
yeah. So basically, all that has to happen is one person say no, and then they have to actually vote on it. But Chuck Schumer worked it out with your boy over there in Oklahoma. Like he's got like a serial killer name. He's got like his name's like Wayne John or John Wayne, whoever the fucking senator is. He's got like two first names conjoined together as his name. He's like a nepo baby on like farms. He's like, tried to fight somebody like in a hearing. He tried to fight the head of the Teamsters. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. That this guy, he comes out onto the Senate floor. The Republican majority leader, John Thune, not even on the floor. This asshole from Oklahoma comes out, shakes Chuck Schumer's hand, lets him know, yeah, we just got off the phone because what they do is there's a landline for all these senators, like that's like to all their offices and like inside the Capitol, and all only one of those senators of the like 54 Republicans had to say no, I'm not into this. And once this dude confirmed that every single Republican senator was going to vote for it, just told Chuck Schumer, and the minority leader announced that there was a unanimous consent to release the fucking Epstein files, dude. Fucking crazy. Like, and then like I don't know, it makes me nervous that like this all happened like just out of the fucking like. It makes me. It's like, well, what do they like? Do they think like? Do they know something like if they like fast track it right now that they'll be able to get away with something, you know, because it doesn't. It seems so insane.
No, I think that it's
Or
just
do you think all the Republicans were like, this
no.
is
I
our
think
chance? This is our chance.
I think it's just inevitable. Now, what information we get out of it, we'll see. Is there going to be heavy redactions? There's a theory that it's like now they're cool with it because they've redacted so much of the people that would be involved that if they release this information, it won't hurt the people that they think it will, which is possible.
Well,
But
there's the Republican Senator Tom Tillis, I think. He was always like voting for to release it, as
yeah,
you know, yeah. But there wasn't very many Republicans up until today when it was all of them.
well,
Uh,
Sunday, Trump said that like, yeah, you guys should all vote for it because at that point, it's like they already had the votes, so
right.
it would be
It
a,
wasn't Sunday. It was yesterday, right?
no. It was I think it was Sunday night going into Monday. He was like, everybody should just vote for it. That's what he said. It was like Sunday night. He truthed it.
Well, that's just when he knows he's fucked.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that
Because
was
well,
after he
well,
brought a girl Laura Boebert into
yeah,
the
that was last
motherfucking
week.
situation.
So that's what I'm saying. So by Sunday, he knew that there was nothing he could do about it. They were going to get the vote. So it would be submarining the party by letting them to vote no and then have it still pass. That's a bad look. So at this point, if you vote against releasing the information, you're just going to be pointed as like a sympathizer for the
Well,
creeps.
guess what? We're the big boy Democrats over here. We're Antifa. We're coming with
You
Republican
can
tactics.
say that. You can
Yeah,
say
no,
that.
yeah. Speaking
You
for
can.
myself, but no, I'm saying when it comes to the messaging wars, like now every single one of these senators, besides one of them, voted to against releasing the files 50 days ago because
Mm-hmm.
Chuck Schumer brought so like fucking Susan Collins up in Maine, she's like up for re-election. Maine's a fucking blue state, like and we got a good candidate over there. She's gonna be like, oh, I voted to release the Epstein files. It's like, no, you did that after you voted to not release them. You and your entire party tried to cover this up. For 50 days, you wouldn't seat a congresswoman so that we wouldn't have enough votes to get it released.
Yeah, even Mike Johnson was talking shit beforehand about how bad it is, but he begrudgingly he still voted. But I mean, but they put it all under the guise of protecting the victims, and they don't want to create new victims or injure the victims that are already there. And the pushback that Democrats are saying is like, well, we've talked to the people that are the victims, and this is what they want, and they're fine with it.
They're literally on the steps outside asking you to fucking release the shit. and it's like, and Trump, you campaigned on it. It was a campaign promise.
Dude, I guarantee you, if they start trying to, if let's say it's all super redacted, the information we get's wildly limited. It's obviously a cover up. Don't be shocked if that Epstein estate, because there's the estate, which is basically a team of lawyers, they've released a lot of information that's obviously heavily damaging towards their client. I could totally see these motherfuckers letting these girls out of their NDAs if they're not going to.
The Epstein estate for whoever's controlling his estate because he's dead. Like they've actually been cooperating with like the Democrats and Congress like frequently, and they're giving them a lot of this information. Another strategy they're doing is the victims are going to be able, they can tell the Congress people who assaulted them. And because like if like let's say they sign an NDA, they tell a congressperson, the congressperson can say can start naming these people out loud on the floor of the Capitol, because there's a law where you can't be sued civilly for speech you've given at the Capitol if you're a congressperson or a senator. So that's like a very specific thing. So therefore, that's a way to like skirt around the NDA if they fuck around. I think it's fucking like it's Trump, so who knows what he's gonna do? I think it's crazy if they think like, oh, you're gonna make this huge deal, all of the Republicans are gonna vote for it, and then you're gonna redact the shit out of it and just keep stringing this out. But at the same time, am I too hopeful of thinking this like that these Republicans know what's in there and it's fucking unforgivable for Trump, and they all finally got together in the suicide pact and were like, if we all vote for this and he gets exposed, we're free at last. This is our only chance to get rid of this dude. It's like
and have it not and be like, what did you want us to do?
Yeah, like, and you told, yeah, exactly, and like it doesn't matter anymore because it's over for him. This is the first time like his entire like that like more than 5 people bucked him, and got away with it, like in the Republican Party since he's been around, and it was all of them at once, and that's what they had to do. It's like you can't disarm unilaterally. What? Joseph's raising his hand, and
I got it back.
Oh, your socials.
So I'll tell you about it.
He was in detention. He was in social.
No,
social
bro, it's throwed.
Well, hold on. It was just like with the Epstein shit. Like my point is, like, am I like too like hopeful of thinking like maybe they'd like no, this is like he's fucked and like we're just all gonna vote for it and then just let it like burn down, or because it's like it to me it's like dude if he.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
he's gonna get incriminated.
So look, I get.
He already has been.
This is like that makes me feel so much better. Oh my god, that's a huge relief.
And now you go to see like a therapist about your addiction to that.
No, man. I'll finish this thought. We'll talk about it after this article. But there's like stuff that's irreplaceable, like pictures of people that are irreplaceable. That like
right. Well, let's back that shit up.
But some of them are, but some of them are so old, so they're not. So now I need to. No, but there's like 4 different avenues. There's like I'm over analyzer big time, and when I think about this situation, there's like there's only a few scenarios in where like what's going on right now. Scenario number 1, Trump's not in it at all. Hold on, let me just run through this.
I'm not saying anything.
You make a face. Trump's not. Hold on. There's nothing incriminating. It's all bullshit. And it's some big conspiracy to try to throw him out of office, and that's all true. So that's one scenario. That's a small, tiny slice of pie. Now there's another slice of the pie that he is involved in some way. He's not criminally involved, but in some way, shape, or form, he knew about it or had heard about it, disregarded it, stopped being his friend, walked away from him whenever he found out, and left it alone. But he knew about it in some way, shape, or form, and was flying too close to the sun, and was like, I'm not going to be Icarus, and flew back down to the ground, walked away. Now there's another one.
Because that's how he always is. He's very rational and like pragmatic in his behavior.
Then there's another little alleyway where he's totally criminally involved. And he's like he's a big part of it, but like in the money laundering sense of it, which is like, so he's not involved with the girls, but he's involved with the finances. So where he didn't do anything criminal in that sense, but he's laundered a bunch of money, and a lot of the wealth that he's accumulated over the years has come from this and washing money.
He's facilitated.
Yeah,
he's
facilitated the financial. He's been a
child sex ring.
Yep, of like a creep ring. The other one is, and he's like the dude. The other one is this man. The whole place burns down. And so what we're seeing right now is either there's people who believe that there's nothing in it, and there's nothing that they can do, that they're like, okay, well, we just all have to vote because it looks bad on paper if we vote against releasing information about people being pervs. That just looks bad. Right? Like
well, of course it fucking looks bad, and he ran on it, and they blame the Democrats for having this like cabal of like children like predators, and it's like, no, dude, y'all put the child predator Badlands fucking style predator in the White House. You voted for the guy that you like, and then thought he was gonna like rat on himself. It's like, how many fucking pictures? They just the emails they released preemptively, this 60,000 the Republicans like just like spammed us with, like acting like it didn't like incriminate Trump, when all it does is say his name 1,600 fucking times.
No, I know. So some of it is,
and part of that 1,600 times is Epstein being like, how the fuck is he gonna fuck me? I'm gonna fuck him. I got dirt on him. Donald Trump is the worst person I've ever met in my life. There's not a single good bone in his body. That's a quote from Epstein.
It's a single decent cell, I think.
Yeah, which is even worse.
But no,
he was a scientist.
I mean, so it's suicide to vote against this, especially how they vote on party lines, very bipartisan. That looks really bad. Even on its face, just morally, it looks
even
bad.
Though they already did that 2 months ago.
True, but now it's like they could do that before because they could win the vote. Now that they can't win the vote, it looks bad if you're already going to lose to still do that, right? That's like get the fuck out of here, like,
because they know what's coming out is going to be.
There's not I'm good at analogies. I can't even come up with an analogy of how stupid that would be. Like, that would be the dumbest
agree, but
shit.
The Republicans don't ever cease to amaze me, and like the shit that they do and then also get away with. And I think that might be part of the problem here too, is Trump from the jump has been on, with the Access Hollywood tape, like he has like 14 fucking accusers of sexual assault. He's been found guilty or liable by a jury of his peers twice for sexually abusing a woman in a motherfucking department store. So, and he's gotten away. He committed an insurrection on the country, got reelected with more votes. So at some point like that, like, corrupts your brain. Like, it's like Kanye after the car accident, and he comes out with Through the Wire, and all of a sudden he's like, thinks he's God, like God saved him for a reason. Trump, same thing. He got like shot in the ear. He's like, oh, I'm here for a reason. He gets the God complex, and he thinks he can just get away with it. He's like, yeah, fucking. Who gives a shit?
What if the scenario that the shooting is staged is real? Okay, before you go on a rant, and that was used. That was but that's what you only will jump in and be like, it is. God damn it! I'm just saying.
Are you kidding?
What if that was staged, and the whole point of staging it was to distract from all of this shit, to just like literally to move the scope over from, okay, this like creepy ring of all these rich billionaires to now, oh my God, somebody tried to just shoot the president, right? Like, maybe like I feel like,
or what if it was the secret creepy billionaires trying to get rid of the president who's campaigning on releasing the motherfucking documents? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they're like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's possible.
No, dude. I don't know. It's possible that it was this motherfucking like dweeb incel
but
who was like
I could see a scenario, since the estate is working with them, releasing those victims from their NDAs. I know they can say them to Congress and they can read them on the floor, but
that was just like a strategy.
But don't be shocked if the estate, with how we've seen them act, if they decide to scrub all this information, redact as much as possible, don't be shocked if they don't release these girls from these NDAs and don't make them like relinquish.
The NDAs aren't with just Jeffrey Epstein. It's the clients, homie. the NDAs are with like these fucking dudes, like the Johns, man, like fucking Larry Summers and potentially Bill Clinton and fucking, whoever, it's just the list is ridiculous. Like Noam Chomsky, like my motherfucking like
Yeah, that was
commie, dude, my socialist guru.
a little heartbreaking. But I do feel like, yeah, I mean, yeah, what is it? They say that.
Just because of what Noam Chomsky stands for, which is like, it's like he's like y'all are getting fucked. Like there is like this like secret society of like elites who are like fucking like the middle class, and it's like if you ever watch his
Oh, yeah. Oh,
thing
yeah.
on Netflix, like that
Oh, yeah.
shit, I've watched that like 10 times.
I've watched
Like,
tons of his
right,
stuff
but
before.
but he's like at the peak of
Come
it,
on, man.
Yeah, like I mean,
Diehard conspiracy theorist. So if you go down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole, you will bump into him. He is because he's like
he's not
conspiracy
even a conspiracy theorist.
No, but he's conspiracy theorist adjacent. So he's like lives across the street from conspiracy theories, and his yard's a little bit cleaner, and he's like much more put together, and he knows
He
what
does
he's
the work.
talking.
He does the
He
work.
knows what he's talking about. He's like a vocal insider who's always been kind of an outsider. He's like if Alex Jones wasn't a scumbag, that's kind of like what he would be like, if that makes sense.
Are you like he's like the opposite of Alex Jones?
If
He's
Al-
like he's like anti Alex Jones. He's like the Wario to Alex Jones's Mario.
Because Alex Jones is a scumbag. That's what
No,
I'm
I know.
saying.
But this is in the context of Noam Chomsky being in the emails with Jeffrey Epstein. Except for we must say like it's not like there was anything about like sex rings.
No,
It's just
and
like-
he
but
surrounded
it's
himself
after-
with those people.
I know, but it's after that he was convicted as a sex offender in Florida that like all these people are talking to him, including Trump,
But
when he said he cut him off.
apparently he had the first Thanksgiving dinner he had at the White House. Jeffrey Epstein ate there via the emails.
And remember, he was campaigning in Jeffrey Epstein's plane. Like, because like someone was up with the fucking Trump shit plane, and so it's like, dude, how many pictures do we have to see with? Like every time I go look for these Democrats hanging out with Epstein, just a picture of you pops up, Trump. Like, dude, like it's insane. Like how like this is how you know they're in a cult. It's like it's so obvious. Like you're telling me that Trump, everything we know about Trump, and he's hanging out with Epstein all the time, and Epstein's running a sex ring for rich dudes. Like nothing happened. Get the fuck out of here. And he's just acting guilty. He's like, oh, it's a hoax. What's a hoax? You just said that like a bunch of Democrats are involved. Is it a hoax or is it a sex ring?
Well, it's one of those. Either you're lying now or you lied then. So when were you lying?
Yeah, you're lying like in mid sentence.
Well,
you're contradicting
just
yourself.
when. Just pick a time now or earlier.
It's a hoax.
Either way,
but it's the Democrats who are in the sex ring, not
because
me.
if you were stirring up a bunch of lies about some gross creep ring that's doing all this stuff to underage girls, that's a weird thing to lie about to get elected. And if that was true and now you're lying to say that it's not true, why are you lying? There's no either way you're a piece of shit. So what are you lying? Like what are you lying about?
I think it's easily explained as this, and this is how I used to be like when I was like 16 and like getting into trouble. I would never admit to whatever I was being accused of, like whether it was like smoking weed or drinking, like underage. I would stick with the lie no matter how absurd it was, how obvious it was that I was lying. Because to me, it was like, if you're going to lie, you have to stick with it, right? Or otherwise, what's the fucking point?
It's like
I'm gonna lie for half the time and then just admit to it.
I think I told the story where I came home super stoned one time, and I didn't have eye drops, and walk into the house. I go straight to go take a shower. My mom's sitting there, and I normally chat with her for a second. And I walk in, I look at the ground, I go take a shower, and I'm standing in the shower, and I have the shower curtain open, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, oh my God, like my eyes are done. Like the moment I walk out of this room, I'm fucked. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh, I have an idea. I'm gonna rub soap in my eyes. I'm gonna wash my face. I'm gonna rub soap in my eyes. I'm gonna make a loud audible sound, so that it's known that I got soap in my eyes. Like
maybe a little
what the
doo-doo
fuck?
butter, little doo-doo butter, some pink eyes, so it lasts a little bit.
And then I'm gonna, that's what it is. It's I got some Neutrogena in my face or something. So I do all that. Boy, I come out of that bathroom If my mom's not standing there in the corner of the hallway with her arms crossed, and my mom's pretty intimidating. My mom's a nice lady, I guess. Then she was a little bit rougher around the edges. But my mom's not a short woman. My mom's pretty serious. And there's a passion inside that woman. And she's just standing in the dark in the corner with her arms crossed. And I'm like, what? And she's like, do you really think I'm going to believe that bullshit? Instantly, and I just stuck with it. I just.
So my point is like,
deny.
Right. So Trump said whatever the fuck he could in order to get votes, and just get to the next fucking day, get to the next like hour, like
To stay out of prison.
Yeah, he's running for fucking whatever the fuck he has to say, he'll say it. He's shameless. We just talked about it. Like, and so this is just a continuation of that, and it's just like he probably just thought it would never catch up to him.
Man.
Like, so I think that's what it is. He's just like sticking to, and then now it's just not making any sense, you know?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if this was like the first 48, you didn't even need to like. You just need to bring one person in and give them a chicken sandwich. They're going to tell you everything.
Yeah,
like Trump's done.
Her name's Marjorie Trader Brown, because the green grass turns brown when it rots. That was a fucking post by Trump.
Well, but that's also a dumb fight to pick, because
No shit.
Because like she's been one of your staunchest supporters. Like,
did you hear her today? You heard her today? I'm not one of those Johnny come latelys. She goes, I was riding with Trump from day one, 2015 from day one. Like, she was like, had some like she's like, don't even like come over here and try to check my credentials.
Johnny come lately.
Yeah,
but
I actually used that phrase like.
But her bailing like
ago.
that. See, because like I think that partially this is why he wanted Matt Gaetz to originally be his attorney general, because Matt Gaetz is a psycho. So
is Pam Bondi, dude.
Pam Bondi is
fucking pageant contestant.
They're hold on. They're psychos for different reasons, and Matt Gaetz is a more dangerous psychopath than Pam Bondi, because he has the connections in Capitol Hill to try to get shit done. That's what's really scary about him. It's not that he's paying a girl in a homeless shelter who's a minor to sleep with him, which just came out recently, which is a big deal. And I mean, and then also the Venmo stuff, and then the guy that he was allegedly doing this with going to prison, and all that crazy stuff. Like, there's no reason for him to be in that position, but he's way more of like, he positions himself as an outsider, but he's a Washington insider.
No,
so
but I think with Matt Gaetz is like, he already had enough legal shit, and unlike Pam Bondi, like he can get jobs in like a lobby and shit, like without Trump's help, where Pam Bondi would never even be like sniff. She would never sniff the attorney general fucking office, let alone be the attorney general of the United States, unless it was Trump. That's what these like dictators do, is they promote people who are unqualified and would only ever be there in their lives if it was for the dictator giving them that job. So then they just do whatever the dictator says, because they know that like they're completely unqualified, and they want to stick, with the gig, like Cash Patel, fucking Pam Bondi. Like, all these people are completely unqualified, and that's what they do, dude. Like, ask Xi Jinping, dude, is like just fucking purges the fucking Chinese Communist Party, like took out all of like the head like Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, and put people like that aren't like as capable, but they're just loyal to you because they know that they're only in that job because of you. And that's what, so Pam Bondi will just do whatever the fuck he says, where Matt Gaetz might be like more crafty, but like he's like, dude, like, I'm not gonna like go to fucking prison for the rest of my life because Donald Trump.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is like the wildest timeline to be alive. And this is what's really crazy. So when I was like 10, I used to always say, like, I feel like I'm going to be alive for something that's just going to be fucking wild, and it's going to completely change the world. I used to say that all the time. I was like, no. I know
you're like predicting the rapture, dude.
No, just saying that, like, I didn't know what it was. I was just like, I just have a hunch There's going to be some monumental crazy stuff.
Dude,
It's
hashtag main character energy.
but I was 10, so it could be
Ready Player One.
It could be aliens. It could have been whatever the fuck. It's like there's going to be something monumental that's going to change how change the course of human history for forever. And what's wild is you could say that we've already seen that with like 9/11 and all these other significant things.
Love of Rock, uncensored on Amazon.
What we're seeing now is the craziest shit ever. This is like, there's been small
depends, bro. It
no,
depends,
no. Hold on, let me finish this thought.
In the United States, you should say.
In not instance, but in the United States, there has been things similar to this that have happened within the United States surrounding around politics. If you're curious about it, look up Don King. He was a part of the Republican Party. He got
Don
sent.
King, the boxing promoter?
No, he was a black guy. He was big in Ohio and the Ohio Boys Club, and they used to abuse all these kids. Supposedly, they would take them from the boys club, do all these things to. It was a big deal. He ended up getting.
Dude, I mean, fucking Boy Scouts, Catholic Church, we get that.
But he ended up getting put in prison for embezzling $40 million from the Republican Party. But he was a big predominant figure in politics, met the president, spoke. He was a big political heavyweight dude and was doing all of this super crazy shit. There's another one, Fox Island, which is like in Michigan, where there was another weird thing. So there's been things like, not to this scale.
You're talking about like child sex
child exploitation of children within United States politics. This has happened before.
Like amongst the elite.
Yeah, amongst the elite. It's been a lot smaller scale, normally on a state scale, something that would be more like
not like a global scale, like the International Crime Syndicate that is the Catholic Church.
So like season 1 of True Detective can be loosely tied to similarities in the Boys Club, using schools, using after school programs, creating Sandusky in Penn State, creating a nonprofit for underprivileged kids organization with the intent of having access to them. This is just such on a big scale, and now there's so much instant information that people get it so quickly that it's not like, oh yeah, that weird dude. Because I just mentioned Don King, and you're like, the boxing promoter, and I'm like, oh no, like pretty big heavyweight dude in Ohio politics back in the day, on TV all the time, big fat black dude. Totally him and a bunch of other people. It's not like proven in court, but there is so much circumstantial evidence. It's crazy. People being like, I was abused there. There's tunnels underneath that school, and they used to take us into these tunnels. And they're like, there's no tunnels. And then they excavate the school and they find a bunch of fucking tunnels. Like weird stuff like that. These things have happened before with these people in power who start doing creepy shit. And this is like on such a large scale, because whenever we've seen it before, the means that these people have compared to the others. I mean, the dude got caught and put in prison for embezzling $40 million. Like, right, if Peter Thiel's doing weird shit on Epstein Island, he does it. Well, it's
take the girls out of there. He's doing weird shit. It's Peter fucking Thiel.
So Antichrist. You take him. He has between him and Epstein, they have so much money. Like, it's like so much. It's
insanity.
Like it's so much decadence. And I'm not a religious person, but when I see shit like this, I'm like, oh man, this is some like wild Sodom and Gomorrah type shit. Like and not to be
dude, the inequality in the United States right now is past the inequality of the Gilded Age. Back in the late 1800s, when they called it the Gilded Age, where it was just like the rich robber barons and all that fucking shit, and then we're worse now. Elon Musk is a trillionaire. He can't get out of his own he can't stop tripping over his own tiny little South African dick, and somehow stumbles from 300 billion to a trillion in a 12-month period, because he's put in a $233 million investment into Trump's fucking campaign, dude. It's like, dude, Tesla barely makes a profit, Twitter's in the tank, and this motherfucker doubles up twice.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're like the Trump administration suing the Supreme Court to stop them from demanding that they give out food stamps a day before the government opens. Like, nope, they can't eat today.
Yeah.
We'll give them to tomorrow.
So side note, I wasn't going to talk about it because I've been dealing with this since last Thursday. Last
We're
Thursday.
recording on Tuesday.
Actually, it was before last Thursday.
Was it?
Kind of, yeah. So
Well, did you call me the day that it happened?
I called you the day that it happened.
Okay, so you called me on Sunday.
Yeah, because I woke up and was taking a poop and was
It's
like,
been
what?
like 3 days.
Well, that's the appeal process. So
Okay, go ahead.
because
All right.
if I fail the appeal process, I lose everything, and it's
Well,
not.
good thing that we just started our legal defense fund. So
And
I got you.
there's no phone call number. There's no nothing. It's you submit a selfie to prove that you are who you say you are. No explanation, and just say I'm appealing the fact that you're banning me from your platform.
Joseph got banned on Meta.
I got banned on Instagram, and since my Instagram is linked to my company Facebook page and everything, it banned me from Meta, not just from Instagram, because they're linked. So I didn't do anything on Facebook. I didn't do anything on Instagram.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What do you mean?
So if you don't have
Sounds like you did something on Instagram.
No, if you don't have them linked, your Facebook and your Instagram,
Yeah, no, I get it. I get that part.
cross-posting, you won't get banned on Facebook. You won't get banned on Meta. You just get banned. So basically, somebody
Zuck
week,
fucked you.
So he gave it back. So I literally just got the emails. They're like, "Oh, you can use it." I was like, "Oh," they're like, "Yeah."
Like an Indian giver.
We apologize for the inconvenience.
I guess that was the opposite.
All of your accounts have been reinstated, which is extremely hard to get done. When you get, like, I've researched this. When you get banned on Meta on both, it is super hard to get your shit reinstated. Period.
This is never happening, but everybody I've ever heard is like they get thrown off. Like my BLM homies during the protest would get kicked off for saying some militant shit for 4 days, and they'd be right back at it.
Well, it depends on what it is, but yeah. So somebody was spam reporting my Instagram account. I don't know who it was. I have theories on who it was. Were just mass spamming me. So, but last week before that happened, they started mass spamming me Friday, Saturday. And I wasn't
live chat girl shit or
no, it's they're just, all I do is post goofy memes. So they're
but what are they doing?
They're reporting my memes.
Oh, reporting it.
So it's someone that follows me, was watching my account, seeing me post stuff, goofy, stupid memes or stuff for this that's not offensive, but is trolly or whatever, and was just reporting them. Report. Going to
they were reporting you regardless of what the fuck the content was.
Yeah, whatever the content was. But but Meta now uses an AI platform for their moderation. They don't have people that sit there anymore.
Right. It's the community notes, or that's what they call it. So they got rid of the fact checkers and shit, and now it's they leave it up to us, just like how we became the products, you know, now it's up to us to police the place too.
Well, yes, but if you are mass spam reporting, the AI algorithm will just suspend you.
That's what I'm saying.
So I was literally sitting there watching a stupid video, taking a shit at 8 a.m, and I'm on there not doing anything, and I just get booted.
Is 8 a.m. your normal cycle for your bowel movements?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think I had Indian food or something.
I was a full grown ass adult before I found out everybody has a bowel movement cycle where you poop around the same time every day. It's never been like that my entire life.
But so last week on Tuesday, somebody was trying to log into my Instagram account, and I got a notification that's hey, and my account got flagged, and I was like, what the fuck? And it was weird. I wasn't even on my phone. Was driving to go run an errand. Drive back home in that 10-minute window. Suspicious activity on your phone, somebody else was trying to log into my phone or into my Instagram account from an unknown phone somewhere. So it sent me a notification, it shut my account down, made me verify who I am, redo my password, do all that. I did it and I got back in. And I was like, that's fucking weird. But, you know, whatever. I don't, it's like I click any weird links, the OnlyFans weird shit. Like, no, I'm serious. It's just like, that's fucking weird. But sometimes that happens. I got a new phone like 3 weeks ago. So maybe it doesn't recognize it's my phone. I don't know. But I didn't look that much into it. It's like, whatever. And then I started getting these weird notifications of somebody reporting like my stories, reporting my pics, like random shit from 10 years ago, because I've had this Instagram account for forever. So I'm
Reporting you because you just black on a Friday night.
just reporting me for the sake of trying to get my account closed. You do that, it's like you're not doxing me, but you're essentially trying to dox me or get me banned for whatever reason.
See, this is something I never even thought about, and you'd think this would have happened to me in all my messy relationships. You ain't have any messy relationship where you have like some chick who's just like, you know.
No, I mean, look,
you would have thought like this would have happened to me. By now.
Man, if I firmly believe people in this world have issues with other people who are comfortable being themselves. If you're comfortable being yourself, you don't curtail who you are, change who you are to appease the people around you so that they like you more. That fucking bothers people. Like, it bothers people.
Some people are inspired by that.
Some people are, some people don't. There's this goofy quote. I mean, it's like some stupid inspirational thing where he's like, hey, man, it's like the people that are okay with themselves and can be comfortable in a room by themselves with nobody they know. Those are the people that, like, they're good. They have, like, a sense of self. And if you have a sense of self like that, and I'm not going to change who I am to make you like me, that sometimes that bothers people. Like,
yeah, but that's Stoic philosophy, man. I was just told you I was listening to the audiobook of Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and he talks about that, getting rid of like the self-consciousness. Once you get rid of self-consciousness, it's like you just be so much more happier. And like think about like when on the fucking dance floor at a wedding, it's like nobody gives a shit if you're a good dancer. Everybody looks at the guy who like that looks like he doesn't give a shit, you know?
Yeah, like I send you goofy reels sometimes, and they're stupid, and you can hate.
I know,
them.
but like, okay,
but
but
hold
dude,
on, but like,
do
what
you
I'm
think
saying.
this person did this because of the reels, or it's just no matter what the fuck you posted? If it was pictures of like if you had a 1-year-old and it was just only pictures of them, they were gonna report it because it was just what they had to report. So you like you're getting like self-conscious. Like some of them are like a little edgy. It's like it doesn't matter.
No,
what
no,
the
no.
fuck your memes
no,
are.
But what I'm saying is
This person's
they're
like
not
attacking you.
No, but what I'm saying is they're not bad.
Right. But
They're
it
not
feels
violating. I've never violated the terms and policies of like any of these platforms, so it's wild that I would be flagged like that. So somebody's trying to log in, I get it fixed. Somebody starts mass reporting my shit, and then I'm like, what the fuck? Then somebody starts trying to log into one of my personal email accounts, but they're trying to do it using some weird roundabout way where I keep getting a notification that somebody's trying to do it. I'm like, what the fuck? Then Sunday morning, I get kicked out of my account, and it's like, hey, you have 180 days to appeal this. If you do not appeal it, you're permanently banned. If we decide against you on this appeal, you are permanently banned from Meta. Period. I got an Oculus. Like, that would fuck my whole world up, dude. Like, that would change a bunch.
have you downloaded the new app, the Meta AI app, Vibes?
No, I haven't, not yet.
You should, and then you can connect your Oculus to it, and then you can like create movies out of fucking pictures of yourself, and then look at it in your Oculus.
It sounds a little narcissistic, but okay. But
A photo of anything.
But so I had to appeal, and I don't even understand what I'm appealing, and there's no one to call. And I'm like, well, look, man, like that sucks. Obviously, it would suck to lose my Instagram. I have like over 1,000. That's not that important. I've just had the same account. There's old pictures that are nowhere because I posted them on Instagram like 10 phones ago before you could even like really transfer your photos like that.
That's the dude. Like I've thought about that a couple of times. Like every now and then, I'm like, dude, like I wish like like there's like years of my life that like there's not that many pictures and
pictures of me and my dad, me and my mom, me and my grandpa, me and my grandma that are like irreplaceable. And on Sunday, when I talked to you, I was like, this is dumb. I was like, man, it just sucks. Because it would suck to lose those pictures, not to lose my Facebook page, because I'm smart and I made my boy an owner of the page too. So that's why the page didn't get eradicated and you had access to it. That's why I was like, oh wait, because I researched it. I was like, what the fuck? And I was reading Reddit threads.
You put me in charge of the trust.
Because there are some people that have been banned for shit like this and never get their accounts back.
Okay, well, so I was gonna ask you, is your accounts, are they public?
No, they're private.
See, because like there's
So
this
it's
thing.
somebody
There's this
that
thing. I've never done this before, but there's this website. It's called the Wayback Machine, and you can go, yeah, and you can see the internet at like from any day in the past. I don't have no idea how they've done this. I've always like I've heard about it like a couple times like on like the radio, like a long time ago. And
That's
I've
how
always
they
like,
get
wanted to
people
look into it.
posting racist tweets and shit. Is the way,
Right? Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, don't you think that would be? I think it's like one person who's like it's like who's in charge of that. Like I think that's what I heard. Don't you think that would be like a really like money like making you? It's like basically you have the James Webb telescope looking back in time through the universe. It's like oh like on July 15th, 2003, I can see what the internet looked like. Like who's saving that information?
Yeah. Well, so I said in my appeal, they said that was on Sunday morning. They said it would take 24 hours. Like literally, I was like, oh, like right in the middle of this article, I got 4 emails from Meta, Instagram, being like, hey, we apologize for the inconvenience. Your account was wrongfully suspended or wrongfully banned. We will be looking into who was sending, and it's like an email, no response, no header. It's like a blank fucking email that's just like, hey, our bad, and they're gonna look into who was mass reporting my account, and they could potentially be suspended or banned.
You can save every photo that you have on Facebook, so just do that.
No, I am, and I'm gonna unlink them for sure.
Yeah,
but like corny
but like,
shit,
see,
dude.
I'm so jaded to that because like whenever I started like recording music and I was doing like covers, every time they're hitting me, the algorithms hitting me with like, oh, this is copyright infringement, and every time it's like you have to appeal it, and there's an option. Well, you can ask them to like review it, or you can click escalate to appeal. So it's like you could either give them 30 days to say like to like the actual record label to listen to it and to see if like it's okay or not. But if I was escalated to appeal, I'm like, why? I don't want to wait 30 fucking days. So that gives them 7 days, and if they don't say anything within 7 days, it gets cleared no matter what, even if it was copyright infringement.
Well,
Like I used a separate email for that, discodemigod@gmail.com. But if you looked at the inbox, all like it's like 400 emails of copyright infringement notification, appeal submitted, appeal won. It's like so it's just like I've done it so many times that it's like that doesn't sound that scary.
well, but that's on what,
It's just a
YouTube?
song. Yeah, YouTube. But
See,
then so like on
Meta's hardcore.
Meta is hardcore because like I'll post the same song like on Reels, and then they'll flag it, if they think it sounds too like much like the original song, and then whenever I just go, no, it's fine, restore it, and then they're like, oh, okay, we'll restore it, and then on Facebook, they'll never restore it. It's like your song's muted, and it lists all like the countries, and it's like 195 of them.
Yeah, and then you can either cut out that segment or
Yeah, I cut out that segment, and I'm like, fuck you. But it's good on the IG Reels, but not on Facebook. But mine are connected, so it's posting it on both. And I'm like, it just seems janky.
Just
now
like
it's just cover art. Like
it's taken a year, almost 2 years for that strike for the screen players to drop off. I have no strikes now on YouTube. I had a strike for a warning, so it wasn't even a strike. It was a warning about a strike for forever. That was just there. It was a notification.
Well, just like how Brady, my brother, opened 3 gyms, at once. We tried to start 3 podcasts basically at once. It was this podcast, our flagship podcast, Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod, and then there was Joseph's sports podcast, Angry Black Quarterback,
Which will make a comeback.
yeah, and then we had a movie podcast called Screenplayers, and where we were gonna do sequels, like movies that had like multiple, sequels, like I said, and then and analyze them. And the first one was Lethal Weapon 1, 2, and 3, and episode 2 was Lethal Weapon 2, and halfway through that we were banned from YouTube, and that was the end of Screenplayers.
Yeah, but we could technically do it on Facebook. Well, now I'm fucking freaked out about doing shit on Facebook, but because we're not streaming on Facebook right now because we normally do, but I'm locked out. So now I'm not. Yay! So shout out. But that's what I was reading and researching, and people were like, "No, if your shit's linked and you get banned on one, you're banned on both, and it's really hard to get your account back when you are not." Because they did it so much, it wasn't like, "Oh, you're suspended a week." It was like, "We're deleting your account. We are going
I'm
to."
surprised this isn't happening to people more often.
And
Like,
if you
it's
lose,
like swatting. It's like getting swatted, but like
if you lose the appeal, you do not get that. That's it. So that's why I was like, "Fuck, man! Like if I lose the appeal, then I'm just gonna lose everything, and I didn't even do anything."
but they use that harsh ass language like whenever I'm doing like with the songs, and then they'll also like list off be like, uh, just because you don't monetize it doesn't mean that it's fair use. Just because something 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 doesn't mean it's fair use. And then I'm just like, okay, well this is fair use. And then at the very end it'll be like, is there anything else you would like to say to the artist or record label? And every time, because I've done it so many times, it's I just keep it the same. So like otherwise like there's no need to think about it. Every time I just go, it was like, how much of the original work was used? I go, none. I recorded and sang this myself. Period. And then every time it's good. Not every time. There's been like probably like 90% of my appeals have gotten cleared.
Okay. Well, I've never been in this situation before, so that sucked. And yeah, it's over with. But I mean, it was weird them trying to get into my personal email and stuff. So it's somebody who knows me who's doing that. And I'm like, that's corny, bro. But I mean, then they stopped. But it's like, if you're trying to do it like it didn't, like you're stupid, it's dumb, it's over with, goodbye. But
It's kind of similar to that. I threw my wallet out at the Post Malone concert because it smelled like tobacco. And so I just put all my cards in my pocket, and I eventually like lost them. And I have a PayPal debit card, and that was one of the cards that I had lost. And so I got a new one, but somebody tries to charge it. This is going on for like 4 months now. Like every day, every other day, tries to charge it for like 30 cents, 0 cents, and it gets declined. I got a new card, activated it, canceled the other one, and I'm still every day getting emails that this person's still testing out the PayPal card to see if like, because like, I don't keep money in there. It's like, oh, like I'll transfer money in there to like buy crypto to like send to like the poker or online, but yeah. So I thought like once you got a new card that like they would stop like paying attention to somebody trying to charge your old card that you said that was lost or stolen.
yeah.
Yeah, I still get emails. I mean, they're kind of like Trump. They're just like sticking with it. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
fuck it.
I got this card. It'll work one day. One day.
One day. But I wonder what they're trying to buy. Like that, it's like 38 cents. A lot of them are 0 cents.
They're probably just trying to see if there's anything there.
Right, but like, what are they? They have to try to purchase something. Like, what is their like? Do they have their own like?
It's like a Lucy at the bodega or some shit.
The guy's charging them up. He's like
Yeah.
charging them 50 cents.
50
just to
cents
use the
for a
charger.
yeah.
Yeah. No, for now it's more than 50 cents now. At least out here in California.
I'm going to skip the second article, but I'm going to go to the third one.
Okay.
Alleged plot to bribe a juror with $100K upends former heavyweight boxer's New York drug trial. Awesome. 3 men arrested Monday for allegedly offering to pay $100,000 in cash to a juror at a Brooklyn drug trial for former heavyweight boxer Goran Gogic, leading a federal judge to abruptly dismiss the jury just as it was about to hear opening statements. An anonymous jury was chosen whenever the trial will be chosen when the trial resumes after a 30-day break. He's from Montenegro. Goran's from Montenegro. Was set to stand trial for allegedly conspiring to smuggle 20 tons of cocaine to Europe from Colombia through U.S. ports using commercial cargo ships. He pled not guilty. His lawyer did not immediately respond for a request of comment. 3 individuals were arrested. They approached a juror and offered to pay $100K in return for a not guilty verdict. 3 men may have obtained a copy of the jurors list or jury information from individuals connected to the trial. That's wild, man. To think you can like get away with, and you got to come with way more than $100,000 nowadays, bro.
40 tons. That's 80 pounds a fucking blow straight from Colombia. I don't know why you're stopping in the United States if you're going to Europe. Like, you're just causing a hassle for yourself. But and I don't know. Maybe somebody had to like get their cut like out of here. Like that's just weird because you can just go straight from fucking Colombia. Well, no, but yeah. Well, no, Venezuela's on the Atlantic side. Colombia's on the Pacific side. They're
Yeah.
trying to get to Europe. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. But I could go through Panama Canal. But yeah, 40 G's, 40 tons of coke. And you're barely into six figures on the juror.
Yeah. Yeah. 20 tons are 18.1 metric tons. 20 tons, a ton is 2,000 pounds.
So it's yeah, 40,000 pounds.
40,000 pounds. Well, a lot
Dude,
of people don't.
I always get sad when I hear about like seizures like that. I'm like, damn, that's 40,000 pounds of like good coke off the market. Like that's city boys down.
It wasn't even in the U.S. market, though. It was going to Europe.
But he said that they're going to Europe through the ports of the United States. Like,
Yeah, so
oh,
they're going to send it out.
we're not even going to go. We're not going to sell it in the United States. We're just going to go through their customs just to see if they can find it. Dude, get your ass back to Montenegro, homie. I bet he's not Negro either, huh?
No, Montenegro is what? Like a Eastern European country. He's
Yeah,
like,
no, I know that's what I'm saying. Like, I was gonna say it sounds Russian or like Albanian.
yeah, that's like when they're like, oh, he's from like Siberia, Montenegro,
Montenegro is its own country.
Slovenia. Those are all
No, I know, but yeah.
big fucking dudes. So a heavyweight boxer from Montenegro is a huge dude.
And he's going down to Colombia. Like, what is he even doing?
Just
Why is
retired.
he involved?
But 100K, you got to come with more than that with the cost
For
of
sure.
eggs and cheese. 100K ain't gonna cut it, bro.
Well, do you think? How did you get caught?
Didn't say how we got caught.
The juror was like, "Get out of here, you cheap ass." He's like,
Yeah,
"This is
like-
America, bro.
Yeah, 100K
100K.
for a not guilty verdict.
Fuck out of here, bro.
You give me 200, 250, quarter mil maybe. Now we're
Are you
talking.
kidding me? No, dude. Like this is like unpatriotic. Like being a part of like the jury system is like such a vital like thing like in this country. Like we already have problems with like the fucking Justice Department under Trump. Like at least we could keep that civic duty. I heard somebody pose this question, and I'm curious to hear what you have to say. If we had not had 12-person jury trials
Mm-hmm.
of our peers from the jump, in this country, and let's say like somebody, and we just had like a computer system that did it, like just decided it. Do you think that because we like everybody accepts that that's probably the best way, right? A jury of your peers.
Yeah. Yeah, for the
Right.
most part.
Yeah, but do you think
Depends.
that like if we never had it, but somebody proposed it in 2025, that we would trust each other enough to be like, yeah, that makes sense. I'll leave my fate up to 12
No.
random. Yeah, but because it's been like around for so long that we're all like, yeah, of course that's the fucking best way. It's kind of like cash. Like if cash didn't exist and somebody tried to invent it, they'd be thrown in fucking jail. You're like,
Yeah.
that shit's illegal, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just been around.
But
for so
cash
long.
is king.
Yeah, but like no way it gets invented in 2025 if it never existed. Like fucking Uncle Sam would, right, dude? You'd be fucked federally.
Yeah. That's a crazy story. I didn't even hear about this guy trying to move for 40.
Because it was only 100K.
Well, I mean, the 40,000 pounds of coke being
know.
moved by a pro boxer. I haven't heard that. So
It's
that's
probably because he probably got arrested under Biden. Biden just go out there and flaunt, like when he
let
put
him
snuff
have
films-
ice cream.
Yeah,
Kids
meanwhile,
had every
Trump's
kid
killing
had
like
a
fishermen and like putting out the videos. Like
every kid had a cone. They'd all have cones, and I'd be out and by the lake, and it was
And
good
we-
times, and everyone had a cone.
and we finally beat Medicare. God damn! When I heard that, I was listening to it on NPR, the audio.
Dude, when he did that debate,
I know. I listened to the whole thing on audio because I was going to the poker room. I was on the waiting list.
second article short. A loose wire on the ship may have led to that Baltimore bridge collapse. A loose wire on a cargo ship caused a power outage that may have led to the 2024 deadly collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. They said it was preventable. So there was a loose wire that cut the power that caused them to run into that bridge that killed 6 people and fucked up shipping for people for a while because it's a pretty big port.
But also kind of a success story. They're like this shit might be down for like years, and they're like nah, like they like got that shit back open and running like pretty quickly.
No, they did, but
That
that's just
that and also like a highway that like collapsed in Pennsylvania. They said it was gonna be like a year, and it got it done in like 3 weeks. Both Democratic led. The Josh Shapiro over in Pennsylvania, and then what's our boy? Who's our boy? The governor of Maryland.
he's our boy.
Yeah, he's a black guy. He was in the military. He's running. He's probably running for president. Oh
Ben Carson?
man, no, dude. This is one of the good guys.
Hey, Ben Carson is one of the good guys.
These hands.
Oh man, thank you, Meta. That makes me so happy. That's so frustrating.
Westmore.
Oh, okay, yeah, Westmore. Yeah, that was really frustrating. I'm so glad that issue's resolved. That makes me very happy, man. Because that was a
Here we are, 20 years later, since Meta became available outside of Harvard and Stanford, our freshman year of college, and you're still worried about getting bounced out of Facebook. But no, I get it.
No, well, I mean, because I have the business page. Like, whenever we talked about it, you're like,
I'd be more worried about having people like, have my ops out there cyber attacking me.
I got ops always got
Dude,
ops.
hybrid warfare.
If you don't have
they're in the
ops,
gray zone. They're in the gray zone.
well, now I mean, if you don't have ops, you're not.
Declaration of war.
If you don't have ops, you're not doing it right. And honestly,
Obviously.
and like I said, we talk politics on this podcast. We talk about other stuff. People don't always like what we have to say. I mean, there's people at the reunion who were asking me about it. Like, it is what it is. And some people don't like what we have to talk about, don't
Dude,
like our stance on stuff. Some people are
all you have to
petty.
do is look at the top 10 countries, international countries that listen. Half of them are allies. Half of them are in the axis of evil, dude. Fucking Iran, Belarus, Russia, MBS's bitch ass.
Belarus. I have some homies from Belarus, so they're
Okay,
nice
well
people.
tell them they're yeah, I guess
They're stateside.
fucking puppets to Putin.
Well, they don't really have a choice. That's not really how it goes over there. Belarus is pretty wild.
I don't know, cause like there's like with Iran, I'm like, I don't fuck with the theocracy, I don't fuck with the mullahs, but the people of Iran, like they're all about the United States. Like, the Persians out here, like the culture, like legit. It's just those dictators. But when it comes to like Russia and Belarus, Kyrgyzstan, I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't even like I'll say this at the
Well, but I
risk
mean,
of- at the risk of getting canceled if on the dating apps. If it's a Russian chick, immediate swipe left. It's my only one where it's like, that's my deal breaker.
some people's deal breaking is smoking. Yours is being from Russia. So
It just is. But also they did have a lot of like speaking of ops, they were trying to infiltrate the United States through dating apps. Like that is a fact. Like honeypotting people.
yeah.
So why risk it?
Last article. This was today. MBS in town. Trump attacks ABC reporter after question about killing of the Saudi journalist, also an American citizen.
Not a permanent resident.
Okay, same thing. Permanent.
Worked for the Washington Post. Yeah.
Killed Jamal Khashoggi. President Trump denounced Mary Bruce as a terrible reporter. If you see the clip of him talking to her, it's wild.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy.
But that's where he's losing it, man.
Yeah.
He's losing it because it's.
But
starting to
it's also,
fall
I was
apart.
I was like, dude, are you trying to like act like a tough dude in front of MBS who's like half your age? He's over here wearing a oversized robe. I know that robe is not supposed to be that baggy, dude.
Not supposed to be that baggy. That's crazy. I mean,
Catch him outside of the White House, like him trying to like crumple up his robe to take a picture.
So the network's chief White House correspondent was among reporters into the Oval Office to ask questions of the Saudi crown prince. She asked Trump whether it was appropriate for his family to be doing business in Saudi Arabia while he was president. Before he could answer, she directed this question to the leader. Your Royal Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you're here in the Oval Office. Why should America trust you? And same to you, Mr. President. After asking Bruce who she worked for, he said fake news, which was fucking wild how he said it.
And then
he told her she's a horrible person. She's a terrible.
Well, he goes, I don't really have a problem with the question. I have a problem with the way that you asked the question.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're a horrible reporter.
You're a horrible person.
Yeah. He's like, I think maybe you have
terrible.
To be like,
I said terrible.
Like take their like press pass away at ABC News.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and then and literally fucking MBS Mohammed bin Salman's bitch ass is like hitting us with a smirk that like he's like kicked back in the Oval. Like, dude. It's like we pump more oil than Saudi Arabia does now. They're a client state, dude. Like, we're gonna sell them F-35s. Meanwhile, China's all up in their shit. Like, it's like so stupid, dude.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fucking like worst like war that like people forget about that Saudi Arabia did on Yemen, which was like